Hi Guy, and welcome to my Thursday talkie. Bloody hell, I had to think about that for a second then. It's been a long day at work, bloody hell. Oh, I've just been rushed off my feet. Right, yeah, just a random video really. I've got a lot to talk about, just thought I'd pick a few things. First up, I'm just looking down at something in case you're wondering. I work in a secondary school in the IT department, and as part of that I deal with like different departments and stuff. Those who watched last time, by the way, I've got a drink with me and my throat's alright now. And in case anyone's wondering, that thing on my face, I was moving PC boxes the other day, and a monitor and a case fell right on top of my damn head, and one of them scraped right. Oh, it was agony at the time, but I'm alright. Yeah. Anyway, part of the thing at school is one of the IT teachers wanted me to have a look at them Raspberry Pis, you know, them boxes. So I said I'd look into it, because like coding's not really my thing. I did some C++ and Visual Basic in about 04, 03 when I was at college. I mean, that is going back a long time for me. It was never my forte then. I mean, the best I could get to any sort of coding in these past years has been like HTML and web stuff for the Nesbit side, but it's not for me. But I thought I'd have a go. You know, it's an interesting idea, so I went for the starter kit, which includes this clear plastic case. I've not actually opened it all up yet. This is the first time. It's all in static wrap. So I touch some metal. Oh, I've done that a few times where if you forget and then you start touching PC cases and you start wiping bits of memory and boards. Anyway, that's it. It's like a mini PC, that's all. Oh, that's proper stinks. Yeah. Well, that goes inside this case here. It's got all the proper slots and stuff. It's got an Ethernet cable on it, USB, video out, sound, a lot, and you know, you can put different cable adapters on it and stuff, and it was 40 quid for this, plus because it was through work as well, because I'm not keeping the thing, I was trying at home. But I've got a mini compact USB keyboard, so I can at least mess around with it. I doubt I'll do anything proper with it, but I thought it'd be interesting to have a gander, and like I say, if I can do anything with it, one of the teachers at work wants to take over to some degree. That's just safety information. It comes with a 4 gig card. That's it's just a standard SD card, but it says it includes Debian 6 for Linux. I don't know if you can see that there. I don't know what that is. In case anyone's wondering, I've got like a million lights on there, because the last time I did a video it was just too dark. It looked terrible. Oh, it's just a plug. Yeah, so that's all you get for your 40 quid. If you think about it though, I mean, the things you're supposed to be able to do with this, I mean, I've effectively got an operating system now. I've got a full PC, but without like all the extra gubbins. You know, you can make a main cabinet out of it, an individual console. I mean, I've always had this idea to turn an old NES that I've got into like a equivalent of a main cabinet. I've still got a NES case from when I first started Nesbit, and I bought a spare one because I always wanted to do an article where about gutting the NES, bunging like a super small motherboard in there, drawing some holes in the back, and because I've actually got, I don't know, oh, it's not 2 hands, sorry about that. I've got a couple of USB NES pads, and I could easily plug them in the front, and at the time I was thinking I could take it to like Nesbit events and stuff like that, but I'd probably, if I do go ahead with it, I might use this box perhaps, or failing that, of course when I come up with this idea, notepads at the time, like, you know, the little fold-up PCs, I mean, they were about 150, 200 quid, and they're all about 4 gig hard drive. Same as that. But I mean, you can pick them up on eBay now, like broken, for about 25, 30 quid I've seen. I mean, all I would need is a working motherboard with the hard drive on. I mean, it's just the screen's broken, it doesn't matter, because I can rip all that off and then, like I say, plug that straight into the case. bit of super glue here and there, a few holes in the side, and you've got yourself like a working console system. That'd be good for events and stuff. So yeah, I probably won't do that, but it was an interesting idea. And just let me grab a drink. Right, what else was I going to say? I had a lot to talk about. I can't bloody well remember any of it now. Yeah, what a great start to the video. Right, as I'm sure you know, this is what I was going to bring up again. I'm sorry about this, guys, but when you put so much bloody effort into something, you know, you want to talk about it as much as possible. I'm not sure if not many people will have it beyond subscribers. It only hit today, but the new Retro Gamer came through. I mean, as of late, the last 2 issues haven't, for me at least, they've not really been too interesting to read through. But just a quick flick through this, I'm quite looking forward to like the Street Fighter article. What was it I was looking at before? And the alternate software. That might be an interesting piece. But of course, the main attraction for me is that they in the homebrew section they've actually put a very small mention of Pixel Nation. I'll just read this out. I was a bit surprised it was so small, because I was hoping for a bit more, because I'd had a word with the editor, and the thing with Pixel Nation is, yeah, I do the quarterly books and I'm work on other books and stuff, but I do the thing called You Publish, and if anyone's not aware of that, because I don't want to sound like a salesman, the idea is, you have lots of different websites doing fanzines and books and, you know, PDF style documents, either printed or, you know, downloadable or whatever, either if they're free or if they're charged or anything like that. And when I was doing Nesbit, I always had the problem of telling people that I actually had this book out. So I came up with the idea you'd have one central place where you could buy anything, download anything for free that was available. You know, so you're not constantly browsing all these different, oh, I'm an Amiga lover, so I have to go to like 5 different forums, and on the off chance I'll spot a magazine, because it can happen like that. And it did with Nesbit and the mags I did for that. And I think it's a very good idea. We've got about 25 books on there now. We've just added Atari User, which is an American one by some British authors, including one of the Retro Gamer guys, Kieran Hawking. Sorry if I've got your name wrong there, Kieran. But yeah, it's, you know, I'm building it up slowly, and the idea is whenever we publicise the main Pixel Nation quarterly books, it brings a lot of traffic into the site, and in turn these people look at that part of the site, and it just helps everybody get the work out. I mean, it doesn't cost people anything to put work up there. If they want to charge money for stuff, then they can do it. It's entirely up to them. So yeah, like I say, there's about 25 books on there, and I say about 20 are free downloads at the moment, and will be for good. I will say we've got a good mix, like PC Engine, Atari ST, that's one I've just gone up recently. 3DO Magazine, that was a good one. Some Spectrum stuff. I'm trying to think what we've got. The NES stuff, of course, what I've done before. There's loads of standard like multi-format retro style magazines. Those are a bit more fanzine based, I guess, but we've got plenty of it. It's well worth going, and I'm hoping to add a few more as time goes on. Anyway. The point is, I tried to express that to the editor, because I wrote a good paragraph about it, and I just wanted, you know, I've been trying for ages for him to mention the Pixel Nation stuff, because I mean, we're a quarterly book, and we just hit a 2nd issue, and you know, something like Retro Gamer, everybody in the retro community reads that. So that's where we want to go, and he promised once, and then asked for some free copies of the book. So I sent a copy along, and you know, and then this is what we ended up with, this a little mention. It was a shame really, because I would have been quite happy if he would have just not mentioned the quarterly books and only mentioned the You Publish section. And I'm a bit sad really why he did it, but I'll just read it out. Pixel Nation issue 2 now on sale. This is really short, by the way. There are many fanzines around, but Pixel Nation is quickly becoming a firm favourite. Damn right. Headed by Keith Lutner, that's me, who created the excellent Nesbit.com. It's a superb bookazine that covers many different aspects of retro gaming. This issue alone has interesting topics, including a look at Final Fantasy VII and a retrospective on the Dizzy series. I wrote that, by the way. I'm quite proud of that. It's priced at $8.99, which has just dropped to $6.99, by the way, because I got a better deal with the printers, and is available from worldwideweb.pixel-nation.co.uk, and that's it. I say it was a shame I couldn't get him to do the U-Publish stuff. And I would say that there was a bit of surprise. I didn't really want to be classed as a fanzine, because, I mean, God, what is wrong with me? Every time now I appear on camera I start dying. Oh, a good bit of Vinto. Clears the throat. But, yes, I know, I'm getting out again. But one thing I just wanted to say to that thing with the fanzine stuff, I mean, I actually have, we have three, not one, not two, but three of the writers from Retro Gamer. I mean, you know, they write for the magazine on a freelance basis, but they've been writing for it for quite some time. These are proper professional retro writers, you know, they do the research, they didn't provide crappy articles. I mean, Kieran, who I mentioned before, he writes for them and does Atari User in his spare time, but he did like the Atari in the Land of the Rising Sun, which is I mean, this is a story that just never gets out there. There's never been anything like this in Retro Gamer. It goes into lots of details. It covers all the Japanese systems. There's the Lynx preview, the story of the Jaguar over there. Oh yeah, you know, you love the artwork, I'm sure. But you know, it's a really in-depth piece, and this was a proper writer who did that. I mean, he also did a piece for us on the Legend of the Black Panther. I don't know if you can see that very well, but basically it also includes an interview with a follow-on console, I think, to the Atari Jaguar. I think where is it? Oh no, sorry, 1988 it came out. Was that, I think, maybe? I don't know, I'm messing that up. In fact, there was another console around about the Jaguar time, which is there's not very much known about it. Again, he did an in-depth piece on it. He got some proper specs, lots of prototype pictures, exclusive stuff, and so I'll look at some of the games. You know, it's a really in-depth article. What else was there? You know, I mean, to have people like that involved, and the fact that we've got things like interview with like the Shadow of the Beast people, that's the second part, but you know, that's the guy who did the music. Then we have stuff like a guy called Ant Cook. You know, again, he's a proper web professional writer. He's out there, he's out in the world. I'm just looking through it. There's a couple of others as well. This is a new guy as well. Came along with issue 2. Writes for Retro Gamer. A chap called Dennis Murphy did a full piece on Alter Ego with Peter J. Favreau. This is a really in-depth article, and it's like 6 or 7 pages long. You know, I mean, it's not bloody fanzine material. At the end of the day, we went for as professional a look as possible. Oh, this is a favourite of mine. This is a really good one. And I know for a fact that Retro Gamer have eyed the writer towards this and want to do something more in depth about the company. And this is by, well, again, one of the Retro Gamer writers, a chap called Graham Mason. You know, this is, I mean, these are people that. There's another Dennis Murphy one, and we did an interview there with Philip Vacchi. That's my awesome Dizzy article. It's awesome. You know, these are proper. I'm sorry, I've just noticed another one because we had an interview with. Oh God damn it! Oh, my head's gone. Steve Wozniak, guy who bloody created Apple and Apple Basic, and you know, this is the guy at the beginning of the program who created it all. This was written by a chap called John. I can never say his name. I'm sorry, John. Just show you the page to save embarrassment. But again, this is a qualified Retro Gamer writer. He writes for other magazines as well. So you know, these aren't people who just saw us and thought, oh, that's just some unknown crummy fanzine somewhere. I mean, these are people that believe in what I'm trying to do. I mean, retro gaming's great. Obviously, you know, now and again, there's months where I don't like reading it or I don't enjoy it and stuff like that. But you know, retro gaming's owned by a very, very big publishing company. They do things like Games TM and iPhone apps and publishing programs, and you know, they're in it for they're purely in it for the money. There's no enjoyment for that, and you look towards the editor, and again, nothing against it. It's great and everything what he does, but you know, it's not something that belongs to him. It's not, you know, it's not moulded. If his bosses turn around and say, oh, well, we can't have such and such this month, it's got to go, you know, it'll just go. But I'm going to say it now. At the end of the day, Pixel Nation belongs to myself and a guy called Steve, and you know, we started it all off, but it doesn't just belong to us. I mean, we talk to the writers. Everybody's involved. You know, everybody gives input and makes improvement and changes stuff. And I'm about halfway through the third issue at the moment. Got some amazing interviews coming in there. Had some great articles submitted. One of them is for a game that I really loved as a kid, called Myth on the Spectrum and the C64. But then we've got an interview, one of the original guys behind Duke Nukem 3D. I can't go into it because it's ruined the content at this time, but you know, it's stuff like that. I mean, we have to approach these people on a very professional level. I'll have to say it's not easy just going to these. I mean, it just reminded me actually. I mean, and we are getting quite well known now, because I'm not sure if anyone in the UK will recognise the name as much, but we try to appeal to a broad audience. But a guy called Howard Phillips, which was the chap who did all like the Club Nintendo stuff, like the Nesta comics, I think, and he used to wear red hair, bow tie, dicky tie, whatever. Used to be on all the contact number phone lines, do the helplines, I think, as well. Great guy. I've got somebody who works on the teams who's doing an interview, but he approached us. You know, I got a message asking me about Pixel Nation, and I just fired him a question back saying, oh yeah, blah blah blah, would you be interested in doing it? Do you know what I mean? It was a two-way street. It's not like I've been chasing him all over the street. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I just try not to have the books referred to as a fanzine after all the work that's gone into them. But I'm quite happy to say I quite happily, anybody who works on this books and the whole Pixel Nation side, I can say, you know, we own that. It's not there to make money and bloody give cash out to shareholders or anything like that. I'm going off again about Pixel Nation, but you know, when you love something and you know you put a lot of work and effort into it, you want it to succeed and you want it to be special. And things are just gonna get better with this. I'm dedicated to it. I've got a lot going on in the background, stuff I can't really talk about. We've got I might as well the hell. We've had talk with a very, very serious big chain retailer, and they are interested when we get to very shortly to a certain number of printed volumes. You know, as in like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, not actual, you know, thousands and thousands. But and this is the sort of talk where they want to put it out there because they're interested in it and they think it'll be a good front for like gaming and stuff. And you know, there's some belief there. They're not just trying to do this for cash, because if they could have done, they could have again gone to the likes of Retro Gamer and you know. So yeah. I'm sorry about that to go off on a tangent, but when somebody tells you something, yeah. When I read something like that, I just want to put my bit of point across. So yeah, what else was I going to say? I'm really sorry, guys. That just completely threw me off. I'm still playing on the old iPad. I don't know where it's gone. It's here at the moment. One thing I've noticed 2 weeks in, it gets absolutely filthy. I can't show you now because of the reflection, but I'm always cleaning the bloody thing. I mean, I've even got a glasses rag for it. It does no good. I've been playing a game called Simpsons Tapped Out to Death. I mean, I love that. It's a bit like, it's like a SimCity style Simpsons town building game. It's really a lot of fun. It's all fully voiced and it looks fantastic. But one game I was going to show you, but I bloody deleted it because I finished the last episode, was Back to the Future HD. Oh my god! The first episode was free. The HD, because it's the iPad upgrade. It looks a bit crummy graphics wise, but then it was created several years ago, I think. So it's understandable. Plus it is a mobile platform at the end of the day. But the voice work, I mean, they've got a guy doing a stand-in for Michael J. Fox, but he does actually make a guest appearance towards the end of the episode. It's really good. The story's spot on, the nostalgia's there, the music, the sound. Christopher Lloyd does the voice of Doc. And it's bloody brilliant. I couldn't put it down. I mean, each episode must have been taking me about an hour and a half to 2 hours to do. I could not stop playing them. I mean, fired through the first, next night I did the second. I had to stop myself on the third and fourth because I wanted to spread it out a bit. But I ended up buying the other four, and I think it comes to about, in total, £7.49. Next to nothing, you know, you spend more than that on modern games. Sadly, I don't think there's going to be a sequel or follow-on to it, because Telltale's the guys who do it, they usually do like, they do them in seasons, like Sam & Max Season 1, Season 2, and I think they did Tales of Monkey Island. I mean, I've downloaded the first episode of that. I was a huge Monkey Island fan. I mean, I was introduced to it on the Amiga, must have been about, weirdly enough, just round the corner from where I'm living, because there used to be a game and print shop just round. How weird is that? I did live round the corner from it. And I'd sneak out after school and at lunchtime and stuff, and there was a girl where I worked at the time. She was too old for me. But, God, that's going back some years. Yeah, I'd sneak down there and we'd play like Monkey Island 1, Monkey Island 2. I love them to bits. The humour was brilliant. And then one year I got an Amiga and then got the games and I ended up getting a PC. And I've loved them ever since. I mean, I've probably played through the first three. I'll say why in a second. I must play them at least once every other year because, you know, I just absolutely love them. The stories, the scripts, everything's perfect. I don't think you can really want for better games. The first one's basic, but the humour's spot on. It's funny. It's worth playing for, and you can do it in an afternoon. Really, even if you know the solution, you can do it in 3 or 4 hours. It's not, it's not difficult. I like to drink up the atmosphere and the music and the sounds and stuff. Like Caribbean stuff is fantastic. The second one is just amazing all around. As a kid, I used to do it several times on easy, medium I think, and hard, because you had the different modes. I don't know why, I was crazy, but I just loved it to bits. The third game was when I think it was when Ron Gilbert left, but I think it's a bloody good game, and if the series had finished there, I would have been happy, as it tied everything back in perfectly now, because they had a weird ending with 2, spoiler guys, where LeChuck is his brother, and then the way they tie that in the third game is really funny, because you go back to the carnival or the whatever, the thingy of the damned. I mean, it was graphically, it was like a Scooby-Doo cartoon is the best I can describe it, and the voice of the guy they got to do Guybrush, my god, he was fantastic. He's done all the games since, but he always reminds me of the kid who played Aladdin, you know, the Disney film. Yeah, it's just one of them weird things, but yeah, if you've not played the first 3 games, go on, but just stop there though, you know. Also, what am I saying? Sorry. Don't go for the 4th game, which I think is Escape from Monkey Island, which is terrible, absolutely dreadful. It was like they were forcing 3D onto the world, but the script wasn't there, the gameplay wasn't there, it was just very, very poor. And like the Tales games, I like to say I'm a big chunk of the way into the first episode now. It's not grabbing me as much, but I don't know. I'll play it through to the end, and I might wait until there's a sale on the next couple of episodes, because it seems to happen quite a lot on the iStore. But yeah, I mean, I am enjoying having the iPad. It is great. I mean, it's like, you know, it's a portable PC. I can take it. You know, you take it to bed with you. Last night, I thought this was so ridiculous, but I couldn't believe I had this up. But I had the iCade sat, because I couldn't sleep, and it was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I just sat the iCade on the top corner of the bed by the pillow, and then just sat the iPad on it, and I was just playing arcade games for like a good half an hour, and I just thought afterwards, 15, 20 years ago, I would have murdered for like a full-size arcade cabinet or anything to play that quality of games. And to have something like this now, in bed with you, effectively, it's just so close to hand. It was just incredible. So yeah. What else was I going to say? Yeah, a mate of mine who worked on Pixel Nation started this isn't gaming related, so it might interest a lot of you. He's very big into like Doctor Who and science fiction and stuff, and I'll say it now, guys, I'm a Trekkie-ish. I love Deep Space Nine. I think it's one of the best things that ever hit television, and original series, next gen, good. Not as good as DS9, I thought, but that's just my opinion. I'll probably get flamed to death for that. But yeah, one of the guys I've been working with, he's been asking if we can branch out into like science fiction like style fans. That's a Doctor Who one, and he was just showing me an example. I don't know if that would be of interest to anyone, but we were thinking more along the lines of like a retro TV magazine. So maybe it comes out once a month and once every couple of months. It wouldn't be expensive. And it'd just be articles, interviews and reviews and stuff. It would probably be classed as a fanzine by somebody, yeah. But yeah, I think that's an interesting idea. I don't know if anyone's interested in writing in something like that, because I'm not into those sort of forums or places to visit. So I'm gonna see what I can do maybe this weekend. The other thing I was going to chat to, because I'm wearing it, a mate of mine runs a retro shop. Yeah, he has done for years, but he's got a life now. He's married and a kid and everything, and he's getting a proper job. But he runs a business called see that Retro Play. Can you see the address there, guys? That's co.uk on the end. He's basically closing it down because he just can't do it anymore. But he's got tons and tons and tons of stock. And I think he's going to he hasn't said as much this, and I know he doesn't watch the channel, but I think he's going to discount it in like within the next few days sort of thing. He was just telling me on Facebook before, so I mean, keep an eye on that, maybe bookmark it for a few days and just watch. I mean, he's got some pretty rare stuff. I mean, I went down, I became friends with him after the back of Nesbit like a year or so back. But I went down there to snap a load of pictures for the website database. Like, this is proper. He'd bought somebody's NES collection who'd been collecting it since like the mid 1980s from the US and the UK, and the guy had most of like a full collection, and hardware, accessories, software. The guy must have had money just rolling out of his ears, because cartridges back then 45-50 quid a time, importing them. I mean. And we were talking about like hundreds of US games all stacked up, which he got out of this guy's collection. The guy wanted next to nothing for him, and he just sold them on to me, mate. And he was going to sell them on. But I went down there with a camera. We spent a good day, hours and hours, just going through this stuff, taking snapshots, uploading it for the website. I mean, that's all still up there, by the way. The biggest shame about Nesbit is nobody seems to really use it. I mean, I know the NES wasn't that big in the UK, but it deserved the sight of its own, and it got one. I bloody well made one. I mean, I wrote about 50,000 words for that when it launched. I did so many reviews for it and articles just to kick it off, and we've had some really good interviews and stuff for it over the years. But I don't know, there's the NES in the UK, it's just most of the interest has come over from the US, which is great, but then they're not really interested in the UK side of the collections and the lists and stuff. But over here, again, I suppose it just there wasn't that big a market for it, I guess. But I mean, I just remember it from the 80s, because I can remember going around. Well, basically at school at the time, everybody was. The Turtle Pack was coming out. That was it. The Konami Turtle Pack. And it was a big the control deck with a turtle wraparound on the box, and people were going nuts for it, and you couldn't get it for love nor money. And I was about 8 or 9, and I was pestering my parents, I was mithering them and going on and on all the time. I want this, can you get it me, blah 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 blah. And they promised and swore blind they would. And then they started looking around a month before bloody Christmas, and they could not find one for love nor money. I didn't find this out until a couple of years later, of course. I mean, at the time, I didn't get one. I was absolutely gutted at the time because I was so looking forward to getting this system. But I mean, they did one better in the end, because they went and bought me a Master System. Now, I'm not a bigger fan these days, but back then, to get a Master System with, we had Alex Kidd, I think. What did I have? No, Alex Kidd. No, because it was the old style, you know, the whatever it is, then not the curvy one, because it was before that. I got Enduro Racer. I've done a video on that before. Greatest bloody racing game ever. I don't care what anybody says, it's amazing. You try playing that full speed, maxed out on point. It's bloody fantastic. It doesn't have move. I had Hang On that came with it, the snail game. And I'm pretty sure there was I might have had Alex Kidd as a cartridge. I might have played that at friends. And probably the greatest thing a parent could ever buy a kid, Wonder Boy 3, the Dragon's Trap. I mean, that is the best game for the Master System, and for him to just pick that at random from, like, you know, Toys R Us or whatever. I mean, the look in that. I mean, I completed that several times as a kid. I can only remember bits of it, but as a kid I loved it to bits. Absolutely loved it. But yeah, a bit of a weird one, the Master System. I don't know why, because I think I got it roughly about 88, 89, and then shortly after the Mega Drive came out, and then just being, you know, a bit of a scatty kid, you're like, oh, shiny things, you know. And next thing I know, I'm looking at Mega Drive and thinking, well, I've had this for a year now, maybe I could get one. Yeah. I mean, in the end, I think I ended up selling the Master System maybe 2 years, and then using money, putting the money to, they didn't get much for it back then, and putting the money towards a Mega Drive with Altered Beast, but because the games were so expensive, all I had for like 6 months was Altered Beast. The sad thing is, people think it's a terrible game, but I actually liked it. I did actually like it. I used to complete it on the hardest level possible without losing. I used to love it without losing a life. So many good games, but just so different when you're a kid. Like the price of games, you know, you'd be picking them up for oh god, what 40, 50 quid at a time, and I can remember saving like crazy to get the first Sonic game, because I saw it in Mean Machines. Bloody hell, yeah, I remember having the article and I had it stuck on the wall, and it looked like the most amazing game it ever played, and yeah, it was happy times that. Bloody hell, that Mega Drive, I had some fun with that. Things like Toe Jam and Earl, I bought that, Ghostbusters, oh god. Oh my god, I'm just trying to scramble back now. Like Toe Jam and Earl was another one I used to play to death. So many great things like that. The secret level where you drop off, I think, and then land in the bottom, or you could land in the pool with the hot tub with all the semi-naked women swimming around inside. Go look that up. That's quite funny. Yeah. And yeah, sorry, I'm going off on a bit of a random tangent there. So yeah. Yeah, God knows how long. I'm just looking at the clock now, about half an hour. If anyone's got a Raspberry Pi and got any suggestions for things to do with it, then my God, suggest away. I think there's talk about a website there called Element 4, and I've heard some talk that's full of videos and forums and stuff, so I might have a wander over there and see what I can do. But it'll be interesting anyway. I shall give it a crack. But yeah, I think that's about it, guys. That's my talkie over and done with. I'm sorry to bore you to death, but it's been it's just good to get it all off my chest once in a while. But yeah, please, for the love of God, visit the Pixel Nation site. That's if you don't visit the Pixel Nation site, I'm just going to talk about it in every bloody video. That serves you a lot right. Follow the link in the video, because I'm going to put one there, I promise this time. Anyway, guys, all below, not in the video. Jesus, I'm not messing around with that. And oh yeah, quick thing I wanted to talk about. I've said this for maybe on another video or on Facebook or something, but what the bloody hell has YouTube done? I mean, I'll be honest, I've not been using it much at all this past probably 6 or 7 months, but the subscription thing is just, I know you can fiddle with it and make it a bit better, but it's just so you shouldn't have to. I mean, until somebody told me on Facebook about you can make a certain setting to view videos or whatever, it's not straightforward. You know, it's not easy. I mean, I believe they're now, they're changing the look of the channels again. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, why they have to keep fiddling with it and making changes. I mean, I was perfectly fine as it was 2 years ago. I'm not stuck in my ways, but bloody hell, I remember whinging back 2 years ago about the changes they were making then to make it as it was. Why they have to keep updating? I mean, it's a free video service. You're not going to boost advertising just by having some fancy different locations of videos and feeds and everything around. It's fine as is. Stop messing, guys. I mean, every time you mess, you seem to break part of the bloody thing. So, yeah. Anyway, I said my name before, didn't I? So if you want to add me on Facebook or stuff, one thing I've been doing as of late is I created a Pixel Nation group, and I always watch videos or get some retro gaming news and stuff and chats and discussions. We've got about 132 members at the moment, so it's an open group, and I think it's just called, I just called it Pixel Nation Publishing. So just search for it or add me and then ask for an invite, and I'll just add you straight away. But yeah, I'm quite proud of the group. It's doing really well. It's not just people who've like read the book or anything. It's just we've got random people coming in from the outside just talking about retro stuff, and it's like a bit of an ongoing discussions all the time. So it's really interesting. So yeah, I'm going to call it a day there, guys. I'm talking myself out of a voice again. As always, thanks for watching. I don't know when the next video will be. Like I say, I've been getting out of the habit, but it's nice to do them once in a while. I might start doing this on a weekly thing. So yeah. Anyway, guys, as always, I've said it already, so see you later.